best friend asked me to test my boyfriend as a favor. I agreed. Everything went wrong when I saw my best friend coming out of the hallway to the bathrooms with her hair a bit messy and right behind her, my boyfriend fixing his t-shirt. They were not touching, but they were walking too close. The music at the party kept playing, people were laughing, and I felt the floor move under my feet. That supposed favor she was doing for me had turned into something I could no longer control. A few hours earlier at my place, while we were doing our makeup, she had thrown the idea on the table. She said most men were the same, that you only knew who was really faithful when you put temptation right in front of them. She suggested flirting a bit with my boyfriend, watching his reactions, seeing if he set clear boundaries. She used my own insecurities as arguments, reminding me of old messages I had shown her while crying. She insisted she preferred to make me suffer once with the truth than watch me spend years with someone who did not respect me. I agreed because I had been full of doubts for a while. He hit his phone, answered late, talked about how much he loved getting attention. Instead of facing an uncomfortable talk, I chose to believe my friend could help me. She set rules so I would trust her. No kisses, no being alone with him, nothing she could not tell me later in detail. She swore that if she saw anything strange, she would come straight to me and tell me the truth. That afternoon, I clung to her promises like they were life vests. That was a big mistake. At the party, she placed herself next to him so naturally that no one suspected a thing. She laughed, touched his arm, leaned toward his ear to talk. Every time I stood up to get a drink, they stayed alone. When I came back, she told me he was behaving, that he only answered out of politeness, that so far everything was fine. But her eyes were shining with something that had nothing to do with a simple favor. I started noticing how she looked for excuses to separate us, how she asked me to go with her to the bathroom right when the conversation between them seemed to be getting warmer. The test was starting to feel like a private game where I was the only one not having fun. The key moment was when he said he was going to get some air at the back of the place. She stood up a minute later and went down the same hallway, pretending she was going to the bathroom. Several minutes passed. A friend mentioned he had seen them together near the bathroom doors. I walked there with cold hands and then saw them coming back in a line, hair a bit messy, unable to look at me. I did not need details. Every rule we had agreed on had been broken in one single move. I felt a mix of nausea and a strange calm, as if my body understood before my mind that there was nothing left to save. I did not make a scene in front of anyone. I went back to the table, grabbed my bag, and texted another girl from the group, asking her to drive me home when she was leaving. Meanwhile, they were talking to each other, moving their hands, clearly trying to build the best story to minimize what had happened. I imagined the phrases they would use with me, that it was all a misunderstanding, that the alcohol, that the moment, that I was partly to blame for agreeing to the plan. When my friend said she was ready to go, I walked over to my boyfriend and told him the relationship ended that night. I did not say a single word to her. On the way back home, between the pain and the shame, a cold certainty showed up. I opened the door myself, but they were the ones who chose to cross it. I do not need strange tests ever again to measure anyone. If a partner and a friend can make me doubt that much in a single night, the answer is already written from the start. And this time, I am not going to ignore it just to feel less alone.